Now almost 2 weeks since Marina Rogers first went missing, Metro has provided an update saying they found her body and they believe to know who's responsible in her death.
In December 2023, a 23-year-old Marina Rogers, a medical assistant from Washington State, was reported missing in the Las Vegas area. Her remains were later discovered in a desert area in Henderson, Nevada. Chance Comanche, a 27-year-old former NBA G League player who most recently played for the Stockton Kings. He was charged with murder with the use of a deadly weapon, conspiracy to commit murder, and first-degree kidnapping. Sakari Harnden, a 19-year-old woman who was also charged with murder with the use of a deadly weapon, conspiracy to commit murder, and first-degree kidnapping. Court documents suggested that the motive behind the murder might have been related to a Rolex watch, indicating a possible robbery. Comanche reportedly confessed to planning the murder. Both he and Harnden were arrested and faced open murder charges in the death of Rogers. What happens when an exciting getaway turns into a horrifying nightmare? What if the person you trusted most was harboring a dark and deadly secret? Before diving into this story, we want to take a moment to extend our heartfelt condolences to the friends, family, and loved ones. This devastating loss has left an irreplaceable void in the lives of those who knew and cherished her. This story will be taking us to Las Vegas, a city known for its dazzling lights, world-class entertainment, and unforgettable experiences. In recent years, Las Vegas' concerns about rising crime rates, including incidents of gun violence, have cast a shadow over the city's allure. Marina Rogers wasn't just another tourist visiting Las Vegas for a fleeting experience. She was a 23-year-old medical assistant from Linwood, Washington, with a life waiting for her back home. A boyfriend and a community of friends described her as outgoing and compassionate. This trip to Las Vegas was meant to be a short getaway, a brief escape from her everyday routine. It was entirely out of character for her to disappear without explanation. This isn't the story of someone who chose to run away, it's the tragic story of someone whose life was taken. But by whom? The last time anyone heard from Marina was on the evening of December 5, 2023. She had reportedly ordered an Uber to Summerlin, a community in West Las Vegas, but she never arrived. According to reports, Marina was sharing her location with friends and family through her cell phone. But then, something strange happened. Her last known location pinged around 3 a.m. on December 6, near Restless River Street, about 11 miles south of the Las Vegas Strip and close to the Reno Freeway. This was an area she had no reason to be in. By the following morning, silence. No texts, no calls, no updates. Her boyfriend and closest friends were frantic, certain that something was terribly wrong. Marina had left her car, money, debit cards, and all her belongings behind. They did the only thing they could. They reported her missing.
Marina Rogers was reported missing on December 7th, not long after she was last seen with friends. And police down in Las Vegas say detectives suspected foul play early on into the investigation.
From the outset, investigators knew this wasn't a typical missing persons case. Marina had no history of running away. She was a young woman with a steady job, a supportive family, and pets waiting for her. The fact that she left behind her car, her belongings, and any access to money screamed foul play. This wasn't a random disappearance. Marina had been taken. But who would want to harm her? And why? As investigators began piecing together the mystery, their attention quickly turned to those closest to Marina. One name surfaced almost immediately: Sakari Harnden, a 19-year-old who was described as a friend of Marina. But as they delved deeper into Sakari's past, troubling details began to emerge. Rumors hinted at a history of instability and involvement in sex work, a stark contrast to Marina's seemingly steady and happy life. By the way, we post true crime stories and strange cases. If this interests you, please consider subscribing to our channel. Your support means a lot and helps us continue sharing this content. Sakari was reportedly the last person to see her alive. According to detectives, the two had arranged to meet in Las Vegas, a meeting that quickly became a focal point of the investigation. But what exactly was the nature of their relationship? It remains uncleared. From the outset, Sakari's account was riddled with inconsistencies. She claimed to know little about Morena's disappearance. Yet surveillance footage from the night of December 6 revealed a different story. The footage showed Sakari and Morena entering a Las Vegas liquor store together. Sakari wasn't alone in this unraveling mystery. Investigators discovered another name connected to her: Chance Comanche. Chance Comanche, a former NBA G League player, added an unexpected twist to the case. Once a standout high school basketball player in Los Angeles, Chance had played for the Arizona Wildcats before going undrafted in the 2017 NBA draft. His professional career included stints with several G League teams, such as the Memphis Hustle, Cleveland Charge, and Stockton Kings. In April 2022, he briefly joined the Portland Trail Blazers, scoring 7 points in a single game before returning to the Stockton Kings. Coincidentally, the Stockton Kings had a game in Henderson, Nevada on December 5, the day before Morena disappeared. Despite being Sakari's ex-boyfriend, Chance was reportedly present at this planned meeting with Morena. Was this an unplanned coincidence, or was it part of something far more calculated? What initially seemed like a straightforward missing person case quickly spiraled into a tangled web of relationships and motives. Investigators honed in on both Sakari Harnden and Chance Comanche. Their presence at the meeting and the suspicious circumstances surrounding Morena's disappearance raised serious concerns. The answer, as investigators would soon uncover, revolved around a Rolex watch, a dangerous rumor, and a deadly plot. A scheme that turned a meeting between friends into a night of betrayal and tragedy. According to reports, Sakari Harnden owned a Rolex watch that Morena had reportedly expressed interest in to mutual friends. But the situation was far more complex. It's alleged that Morena had been spreading sensitive information about Sakari's boyfriend, claiming he had been arrested for a double murder in California and that Sakari herself was the one who turned him in. This rumor struck at the heart of Sakari's trust, leaving her feeling both threatened and betrayed. Why would her own friend share such damaging claims? The investigation revealed a disturbing twist when police uncovered text messages between Sakari Harnden and Chance Comanche. These messages painted a chilling picture of premeditated murder. In one message, Sakari allegedly wrote, "So we finna just take her there and then finna strangle her." These weren't impulsive words spoken in anger. They were cold, calculated discussions of murder. The text messages became the smoking gun that turned a missing person case into a full-fledged homicide investigation.
November 30th to December 6th shows the former couple joking about ways they would kill her, like an overdose or using a gun. Investigators say Comanche confessed to police.
But the messages also exposed an even darker side to the plot. Before deciding to carry out the crime themselves, Chance Comanche reportedly tried to hire someone to kill Morena. He even offered $3,000 for the job. This added another layer of premeditation to the case. The fact that they couldn't find anyone willing to commit the act didn't deter them. They simply decided to do it themselves. Their cold determination painted a picture of two individuals willing to go to extreme lengths to silence Morena. With their twisted plan set in motion, the trap was laid on the night of December 5. Morena was lured into a meeting under the guise of a double date. Chance Comanche posed as a client interested in kinky sex work, offering $11,000 for an hour. In a text message to Morena, he wrote, "If possible, I was thinking $1K for like an hour and then possibly longer depending on how the vibes go." This offer, designed to entice Morena, set the stage for her final moments. What she believed was a lucrative opportunity was, in reality, a carefully orchestrated setup, a deadly plan she wouldn't survive. This was the trap, and Morena, unaware of the deadly plot against her, walked right into it. What she believed to be an ordinary meeting would tragically become the final moments of her life. What unfolded during this encounter is horrifying. On December 5th, surveillance footage captured a haunting image of Morena Rogers entering a liquor store with Sakari Harnden, her alleged killer. This seemingly mundane moment, a quick stop for supplies, would later be remembered as one of the last images of Morena alive. The footage, provided by the liquor store owner who later testified in court, offers a chilling glimpse into her final hours. At this point, Morena had no idea of the danger she was in. The ordinariness of the footage is striking, a stark reminder of how quickly life can take a tragic turn. The events that followed are deeply disturbing. According to Chance Comanche's confession, the meeting took place inside a vehicle driven by him. What began under the guise of a sexual encounter quickly descended into a horrific act of violence. Comanche, who was driving, parked the car in a secluded spot and zip-tied Morena, allegedly as part of a kinky request. He admitted to strangling Morena with an HDMI cord for about 10 seconds but stopped when she struggled. Harnden, however, continued the assault, choking her with her bare hands. This was not a crime of passion. It was a calculated and brutal act. The sheer level of violence is both shocking and horrifying. After the murder, Comanche and Harnden drove to a remote desert area near Henderson, Nevada. There, they discarded Morena's body in a ditch and attempted to conceal it with rocks. This barren, desolate landscape became Morena's final resting place.
Now almost 2 weeks since Morena Rogers first went missing, Metro has provided an update saying they found her body and they believe to know who's responsible in her death.
The callousness of their actions is deeply unsettling. To treat Morena as though she were disposable, as though her life meant nothing, is heartbreaking. The area near Horizon Ridge Parkway and Gibson Road is now a crime scene, forever tied to this tragic event. This desert held a dark secret that would eventually be uncovered. The search for Morena ended in heartbreak, but the investigation was just beginning. On December 13, 2023, exactly 1 week after Morena was reported missing, police made their first arrest.
A former NBA player and his girlfriend accused of murder, and it's a story the 8 News Now investigators first broke. Vanessa Murphy is here with the latest on the investigation.
Sakari Harnden was taken into custody and initially charged with first-degree kidnapping.
The question remains, why? So far, a possible motive remains unclear, but what we do know, the basketball player and his girlfriend are locked up in jail.
Yet investigators were convinced this was just the start. They suspected a far more serious crime had been committed. Harnden made her initial court appearance, where her bond was set at $500,000. But the full story was far from revealed, and the wheels of justice were only beginning to turn. According to court records, Sakari Harnden admitted to detaining Morena Rogers against her will and without her consent, with the intention of killing her or inflicting bodily harm. Harnden also faced a separate theft charge for allegedly stealing a Rolex watch, which appeared unrelated to the kidnapping case. The investigation was quickly tightening. On December 15, just 2 days after Harden's arrest, Chance Comanche was apprehended in Sacramento, California. FBI agents arrested him on kidnapping charges, and he was held pending extradition to Nevada. This development sent a clear message. Investigators were confident they had their suspects.
A former NBA player and his girlfriend accused of murder, and it's a story the 8 News Now investigators first broke. Vanessa Murphy is here with the latest on the investigation.
The question remains, why? So far, a possible motive remains unclear, but what we do know, the basketball player and his girlfriend are locked up in jail.
The involvement of the FBI underscored the severity of the case. Court documents revealed that Comanche confessed to strangling Morena Rogers alongside Harnden. He claimed the motive stemmed from a dispute between Harnden and Rogers over a Rolex watch. Both women were reportedly involved in sex work, and although Comanche and Harnden had broken up months prior, they remained in contact and allegedly conspired together to murder Rogers. With both Harnden and Comanche in custody, investigators finally obtained the information needed to locate Morena. Acting on details provided by the suspects, authorities discovered her remains in a desolate area near Henderson, Nevada. The grim discovery confirmed everyone's worst fears: Morena was gone. This was not a case of disappearance, it was a brutal murder. The relief of finding her was overshadowed by the profound sadness of confirming her death, leaving a community in mourning and searching for justice. The focus shifted to the legal proceedings as charges against Sakari Harnden and Chance Comanche were upgraded to open murder, conspiracy to commit murder, and first-degree kidnapping. A Clark County grand jury indicted both, and the district attorney considered the death penalty due to the crime's brutality. Ultimately, both accepted plea deals, avoiding the death penalty and receiving lengthy prison sentences. Morena Rogers was more than a victim. She was a daughter, sister, and friend. Her loss has left an irreplaceable void for her loved ones, who remember her as compassionate and caring.
Contact with Rogers' grandparents. They told me the family doesn't feel comfortable speaking on camera at this time, but the grandmother told me Morena meant the world to her and is devastated by her murder. For now, in the newsroom, Brady Wakayama, King 5 News.
Family sent the 8 News Now investigators this statement. We held on to hope for Morena's safe return and are devastated that she will never come home. Morena was kind and compassionate with aspirations for her future. We are grateful to the law enforcement agencies who have worked together over the last 2 weeks to seek answers and continue to seek justice for Morena and our family. We request privacy as we grieve this tragic and senseless loss.
This tragedy highlights broader societal issues, from the dangers women face to the risks of online encounters and the vulnerability of individuals in sex work. While justice has been served in the legal sense, the pain of losing Morena remains. Her case reminds us of the devastating effects of violence and betrayal. Let us honor her memory by fostering awareness and supporting those impacted by such tragedies. Please subscribe to the channel to stay updated about the future upload. Thank you for watching another video of Truth and Crimes. Share your thoughts about this heartbreaking case in the comments below. We value your input. We dedicate ourselves to delivering accurate and compelling true crime stories using information from reliable sources. Take care, stay safe, and we'll see you soon with another captivating story.